a tier 0 unit. Okay, chat. So this game basically is you have Nikke's AFK farming with the classic gacha system of progression, which is farming your traces, farming your levels, farming your light cones, farming all the kind of stuff, your skill upgrades, your ascension. And then you combine that with Umamusume's career progression to build each individual unit based on their white sparks, right? Their foundation skills, the whatever skills they have with their uniques. And then you take these 3 elements, you combine them, and then you bring them to this game's champions meeting, which is basically RTA in Epic 7. So that is kind of like how this game looks, right? There's honestly like a lot of things to unpack, and I don't really know what is the best way for me to go about this. So I'll kind of just break down to you guys like what I essentially do on this day, or rather do on this game. Basically, right, the order of progression for this is on like a step-by-step basis. So it is basically something like this. You can see over here. So this is the main story. I already cleared the main story, right? So it's gonna be having like their own animations, like how exactly this comes to be. All right, yep, very nice. This is us, by the way. This is us. This is Poggy's art, right? The only male. Okay, and once again, this is not sponsored, right? I'm not sponsored. It is purely just I want to play this game by myself. So this is the only male in the entire game. I don't think there's actually another male unit, or at least not that I've seen before. And then this is gonna be the chapter 3, and she's gonna be back down, and then this is gonna be like the other units. So we only have Chapter 0, Chapter 1, Chapter 2, and Chapter 3. For Chapter 3, as well as 2 and 1, they unlock in the respective categories for their the Nikke levels. So if you guys play Nikke, Goddess of Victory, it is the exact same, right? So if you can take a look over here, we have went very far, right? This is only after 48 hours of progression, right? This is after 40 hours of progression. I downloaded this game 2 days ago. So you go by at a pretty okay pace. This is where it will start to slow down a lot, right? So in the early game, you can go by like very fast. So the important benchmark is for you to finish this over here, right? 8-40. Because at 8-40 onwards, that is when you unlock the actual career for Star Savior, right? So this is basically the career mode. You need to unlock 8-40 to go into the hard mode over here, right? So this is the hard mode. So you can see that your max stats goes up to 750 instead of 500. So before you actually unlock this hard mode, it doesn't really matter if you're gonna be doing career or rather grinding career, which is not recommended. Only from this point, that's when you start doing your career runs. And each of your career runs, you don't use stamina, you use these tickets. So these are the journey's ticket of like express, whatever it's gonna be. It is kind of like you are taking the Astro Express. Okay, and this game has like a lot of different elements when it comes to from what I'm seeing. There's a lot of like Hoyo references. They have like the hobgoblins from like Genshin. They have the literal Astro Express. They have like a lot of the battle bosses and like the vibe you're getting. You probably can feel a little bit of a familiarity, right? So I haven't really grinded this career yet. We'll just do a couple of career runs later on, and you can see how the career looks like. And then this is gonna be the stamina. So aside from these 3 ways from combat, right? So kind of go back here to the screen over here. So these 3 modes, story, your AFK Nikke, as well as the Umamusume, these are like the main gameplay loop. But there's the other aspect, which is how do you spend your stamina, as well as the classic gacha system. And then for that, you pretty much just come here, right? So you come over here. This is where you basically spend your normal gacha dailies. So all these things here, it is on a per ticket basis, which is refreshed every single day. So all these are the materials that you will need for your ascension, for your skill level ups, for your normal material, like whatever you want to farm. Like for like CZN, your Stellar Sora, your Honkai Star, all these materials will be mainly gotten from these like dailies. It is literally a daily because you can't farm them if you don't have this ticket, which only refreshes once every single day at 3 AM, right? So this is every day at 3 AM, and you cannot refresh your stamina, right? You literally cannot refresh your stamina. So once you clear your 3 attempts on a single day, then you're done. You have to wait, right? So you have to wait for 24 hours and you get this again. For every single one of these dailies, you can do it. The good thing about this is you can instant sweep. So this is exactly as Dalsora. You spend like basically 5 seconds, you instantly sweep it once you get 3 stars, and you get it over and out with. So the dailies for these portions are like very, very fast. So those are for your normal materials. Then this one is your gear. So the gear is where you actually spend your stamina, right? So this is where you wanna, okay, these are the stamina potions. You wanna refresh your stamina, feel free. Then you have split into the same domains as Epic 7. So Epic 7 is gonna be split into Wyvern, Banshee as well as Golem, right? So it's almost the exact same. So the first set is for like your attack. This is gonna be your crit rate. This is for the effect rate. You don't know more about that much. Then this is gonna be your speed, defense, EHR as well as something else. And this is gonna be your HP, crit damage. So between these 3 sets is where you're gonna be dumping most of your, if not all of your stamina, it will be here. So you can see all these like combat power, right? It will be the same mechanic as Nikke, where the moment your character goes below the combat power, it's gonna be like way worse. Like super, super bad. So like, you ideally never go below this combat power, and if you are below it, then you should do things that can increase your combat power so that you don't get the debuff, essentially, right? So all these are gonna be for the spending your dailies, spending your traces, and then other than that, you have a couple of other events. So this one is like the cube event, which is gonna be giving you other materials to basically level up your skills, right? These are basically for skill materials. So this is only one time a day, right? Only once a day, and you try to go for like as high of a difficulty as possible. You're not gonna be able to get that. Then other than this, they have this one more mode. This has not been unlocked yet. You have to clear 10-48, which is the next endgame content. Then this is basically the tower, right? The tower, I guess Nikke also has a tower, right? It's like a main endless tower, and then there's like 3 elemental towers. For the 3 elemental towers, you only have 3 attempts every single day. So each time you clear 1 floor, you go up 1 level. But you can't just spam this forever, right? So every single day will just give you more attempts until you get to the certain point where you can't do it anymore. Then it is what it is. Then this is going to be the endless tower, which you can just try forever, right? You can just try blah blah blah. It goes all the way up, and then it's gonna be limited by your CP, right? So it goes up like super, super high. Those will be like, from what I'm seeing, the PvE aspects of the game, right? Those are the PvE. Oh, there's also the other limited events, which right now they have a, wait, let me go back. So this is the it's ending in 2 days because I don't join really late. It is gonna be very, very similar to all those like Nikke, Epic 7, Stellar Sora events, where you will just go ahead and clear the stages, so you get your event tokens. Then after you get your event tokens, you go into the shop and you clear the shop, right? So all these are the achievements, and you'll try to buy out as many of these as possible. But unfortunately for me, I will never ever clean up this shop because I started way too late, so it is what it is. Then all those things being done, that is when you go into the actual end game, which is RTA, right? So this is the exact same as Epic 7. There's one for your arena. So this is where I have 1 ticket, so I'm just gonna go in. I'm gonna absolutely cook this guy. So, oh, what? PvP not in. Okay, I have no idea what that is. Okay, don't worry about it, right? Don't worry about it. So that is oh, it's Lord, guys. Oh wait, I'm blind, guys. They are tabulating the scores. Okay, you can't play PvP now because they are tabulating the scores. So it's on like a weekly reset basis. So on the next reset, which is in literally around 1.5 hours from now, that's when you can play again, right? So this is NPC, you can't fight right now. So this is where you actually go up to the players, and then this is the RTA. So you also can't play RTA because they are resetting on a weekly basis to finalize all the points. You play counter side is also a very similar point, and then you can measure up the opponents, right? So that is kind of like all of the gameplay loop this thing has. Aside from this, a couple of other elements will probably include like your, okay, so these are all of your your dispatch, right? So you just send them out. Yeah, you send them out for missions, and then you just let it cook. Then other than that, you have your the synchronization thingy from Nikke. So you only take the 4 units that you have, and the rest of units you can put them in synchronization. It will be the exact same level for this, right? So if you play Nikke, it is the exact same, and then you unlock more slots as you progress more and more throughout the story. So you don't really need to spend gems. I never ever spend gems, which kind of brings me to this thingy right here, the gacha, right? I have done a grand total of 60 pulls. So 60 pulls on the limited banner. So this is going to be the support card, and this is going to be the actual unit, and 261 pulls on the standard banner. So one is going to be for the units, and one is going to be for the support cards. So I've done a total of 320 pulls in the past 40 hours, which I think is absolutely insane. And out of these 321 pulls, I have gotten a grand total of 1, 2, 3. Oh, 1, 2, because 1 is free. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, I have 11 SSRs in terms of units, as well as 3 SSR cards. So that's 14 SSRs. So I am basically getting 1 SSR every 20-ish pulls, give or take. So the odds for the gacha are like super high because it is 4% base rate for all banners. It is always 4%. So you can get a shit ton of different SSRs. The problem with this is you don't have any pity. The pity is the same as Umamusume. Alright, so if you play Umamusume, you know how cooked it is. If you don't get a 5-star after a certain amount of time, you're kind of just gonna cry about it. Same for this game. There isn't any hard pity per se. So if you are like super fucking unlucky, it is theoretically possible for you to spend 200 pulls with nothing. So it's very painful if it actually happens. But they basically made this rate from 2.5% to 4%. Because players were like so fucking angry with the SR rates, they basically buffed the gacha. So now I believe so far, as law of large numbers, you should be getting a decent amount of things to get you started. The unfortunate thing is for all of these SR units, right? You don't really ever use any of these SRs. So a little bit similar to Nikke, you will only give a damn about the SSRs. No SRs. So every single one of the endgame team is purely SSRs. So all these are basically jobber. Yep, you'll never ever use them. For the R cards, it's just like Umamusume. You would never ever use the R cards for Umamusume, but some of the SR cards are pretty good. So also very similar to Umamusume. So if you guys play Umamusume like the spark farming, like if you want to do a grandparent spark farming, right? You want to get a specific white spark. Some of these have like pretty decent white sparks from the SRs. So exact same concept. Then for the Ace Uma or the Ace Girl, you want to race her, mostly you'll be running SSR cards for the stats, right? So exact same concept. Other than that, if you have they have a lot of these shops which gives you the free stuff, but I have not spent a single dollar on this game. I'm just completely free to play. The rate up characters, I don't think they are. Wait, let me check for you real quick. Because this was the first banner, and then she got added into the pool. So this was the first banner of the game. So she got added to the pool. I don't think they are in the banner right now, but I'm guessing they eventually will be. Yeah, I'm guessing they eventually will be. So yeah, it kind of just depends if they say limited. Because this one doesn't say, right? So I'm guessing eventually they will edit. I know previously there was a girl. It's a bunny girl. It was a bunny girl skin unit, which I actually don't think I see bro here. Or it might be this. Yeah, so pretty much exactly like Umamusume. They basically add all of the units to the pool eventually when you get it. Other than that, these are the paid banners which you don't really need to care about. I can just show you guys one run for the career and kind of see like how this loop process actually works. So go. Okay, so the career screen, you're just gonna be able to pick any of these units that you want to race. So for example, this unit right now, I've seen like I've done my research. I don't know. She is basically God. This unit is literally God. It is tier SS tier unit. You know why? She has the highest base speed in the entire game. And she has built-in speed buff, she has built-in self-regen, and she has built-in aerial effect with single target. So for both PvE and PvP, she is literally just God. So the good thing about this, despite this being a dark unit, right? This is basically the elemental system. There's RGB with the 2 dark. You basically get this for free. Because the game gives you selectors as well. So you can just choose her immediately. Everybody in the game will get her. So just choose her. Please don't pick anyone else. I've seen like all of the other tiers. Like she is pretty much the best unit for PvE and PvP. So just get her. In PvP, what is gonna happen, at least in like endgame RTA, from what I've seen, she's permabanned. Nobody ever gets to play her. So the whales at the top of RTA, they will pick the second and third best unit to then go ahead with one another. And if you really want to be competitive RTA, you kind of have to have those units. Because if they pick those and you don't have it as of right now, you are done. Because the meta with all these kind of like RTA, especially in the early game, is just cleave, right? It's just cleaving, and if you simply don't deal enough damage, you can't survive. So a very prominent, okay, I don't even know what I'm talking about RTA. TLDR, just use her. So let's just go ahead for one run over here. So this is the exact same with parent runs in Umamusume. So you will pick out a parent, which you're gonna be getting from your agile career runs. So it's the exact same. So all these different parents, you can inherit some of them as inheritance, but only for these skills, right? Only the ones that you have over here. So you can see all these are fixed. So you are guaranteed either speed, stamina, power, guts, right? So all these are guaranteed as the 5 main stats. Sometimes you get these as white sparks. So you can go up to level 1, level 2, level 3, which is the exact same for Umamusume. So these are like additional skills that you can be getting if your run actually gave you those skills, right? So for example, I have one with a power main, as well as a crit rate main, right? So this crit rate, this one is gonna be for effect accuracy, as well as for attack. Generally speaking, you don't really want to get yourself a attack main stat, just like Umamusume. Like you don't really use speed main stats, because you're going to be farming a lot of speed, right? So for DBS, you're definitely going to be farming power. So what would be ideal is actually going to be, for example, this one, right? A stat that you don't have. The unfortunate thing is, crit rate is hella good, because you don't really get any other ways of like getting crit rate, because these are considered special subsets. So we're just going to do this, don't really have to worry about it much. We'll just play along as it goes, go in, and these are going to be your support cards, right? Okay, I'm just going to reset this because I don't want to come up as arts. Between your support cards, it is the exact same level of investment to Umamusume, in which you want like a 3+2 or a 3+1 setup. So 3 is being your main stats. So for example, this is going to be my DPS. If my DPS is going to be for power, I will want to get like 3 power cards so that I can at least guarantee myself 750 points, right? And the rest of the stuff, you can just do whatever. I'm using SSRs because SSRs inherently, they give you a lot of like these kind of like free stats that SR cards will not have, right? So the Guyoji, then they won't have it for the SRs. Then these are the events, which also gives you a lot of like these kind of like more things generally. So purely just because of the fact that they are SSR, I will just run them, right? So we're just gonna go for one run right now, and we'll see what's up. This is gonna be the same as Umamusume. No shortening, shorten some, shorten everything, right? So just go in. Name of this game, Star Savior. I don't think there's a JP name. It is just called Star Savior, right? URA Academy. URA Academy. This is the URA Academy, where all of your Umas will come to life in this happy academy. Today's new Star Savior is gonna be coming. I wonder who she is. Let's see. Star Savior, right? Roll credit. This is Star Savior. Who could it be? Whoa! Brand new Star Savior. Okay, let me turn on the music a little bit more, because the music is honestly quite nice. I like it. Alright, turn on the music a little bit more. Okay, maybe not that loud. Alright. So this is our brand new Star Savior. Oh, then these are gonna be like the 2 parents that she got from the inheritance, and she's gonna be getting the additional stats. Alright, so you get a +10, blah 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 blah. Very good, right? So all the rest, it is exactly like Umamusume with like the career portion. So they're gonna be having different events, right? So blah 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 blah. That is basically like the director, kind of. That you always start off with your signature weapon. I will explain this as it goes, because it's very hard to explain this one by one. But just kind of watch, right? Just kind of watch. You will eventually get it, right? Okay. So you will always have these kind of like items that appears in the game, but the items don't matter, because all these items, it will be converted to skill points, right? So these are the points that you actually care about. So just like Umamusume, you want to maximize your skill points to learn skills, which you can then bring out to the game, and having a chance to get it for the base character, which is in their kit, as well as inheritance for your future generations of Umas, right? So as long as this number says a higher number, it means you can get more skill points, right? So I'm just gonna get this. This means recommended, so we're just gonna get that. Okay, very good. Alright, then you get a little bit more of them skill points. Okay, so this is 6 days to go, exactly like Umamusume. You need to go for a race. So this one you have to take an exam. So you have to fight the trainers in the academy, and you have to win them. And if you fail, then you fail a career. Generally speaking, I think the careers are like very easy. It's not too difficult. But this is actually my first time trying the harder difficulty, so maybe it'll change. So between the 3 options, you only have 3, right? In Umamusume, you have quite a lot. One is fight. So you train your stats, right? It is the exact same, right? The exact same Umamusume. So ideally, if you have like Uma, you want to raise your friendship level for support cards so you can get rainbow training, right? So it's literally the exact same one. So not too worried about it. This one is jobs, which is this game's system of earning money, right? So the difference between this game and Umamusume is that there are 3 currencies instead of Umamusume's energy as well as stamina. Right? No. energy as well as mood, right? So Umamusume will care about your food as well as your mood, which will affect your training. But for this game, it has money. So money can essentially be used to buy items or stats that improves this, or you convert them into your talents later on, right? So generally speaking, I would never do this. I'm not sure what is the most efficient way, because obviously like, nobody knows what's going on, right? But monies, they are never worth it, because stats are more important than money. You want to always have more stats, because money sometimes just doesn't give you anything, and it's kind of expensive. And then this is the rest portion. Alright, this is your money. Then this is the rest. For the rest portion, you have 3 different rests, and you can see they also use money. So this is free rest. You are literally homeless. You're living in a farmhouse, literally on like a straw. So you're literally just gonna be like, you wake up in a newspaper, right? So this is for the jobber, homeless, a wild hostel, right? You're literally living in the wild. This one is an actual hostel with a bed. So you will spend $30, but the recovery amount is RNG, right? So this one is between 30 to 50, but you can improve mood. So this will give you a +1 mood, which if you play Umamusume, it will give you more stats to your bonuses. And then this one is for the bougie people, right? This is for like the best of the best room. So you can recover 60 to 80, as well as getting all these random ass effects that will be beneficial to your journey, as well as curing any sort of like negative effects. But this is $60 and this is $30. So my rotation for this game is basically I will only train and save all the money to only slam on the rest. So I almost exclusively ignore this, and I just do the first two. Right, the first one and the third one. I'm not sure if this is the best way to go about it, but so far it has been doing relatively okay, right? So we're just going about it right now. So, boom. So this is always the most important stats for your DPS, because this is basic attack, right? This is gonna be HP, this is your defense, this is gonna be your accuracy, this is gonna be your effect rest, and then this is gonna be your talents, right? The talents is gonna be the one that you'll be using to give you skills and talents outside of the game itself, right? So then go in. Yay. Yatta. So these are like the common events that you can get from RNG, which is pretty good. Absolutely exceptional. Okay, very, very nice. Very, very good. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it, right? Look up. So same thing again. We're just gonna go for this because it's 3 friendship. So early game, you always want to bring up the friendship as much as you can, right? So it's exactly what it me. Okay, mysterious statue. Sword. Yay! Okay, we got the item. Okay, once again, the items don't matter because they always get destroyed at the end of the journey. You only care about this 10 points, right? So whatever item you get, you basically get more 10 points. So very, very good though. We're just gonna continue. Okay, these two training, they don't cost them. It's basically wit training, but both of them are wit training. So both of them won't cause you any stamina. I don't ever really care about this because they have like, unless they have a very, very high amount of support cards. So for now, we're just still sticking with the one that gives us the higher amount of the friendship. Yatta ne. Yatta. Yay. Very, very good. Yatta. Okay, and we just keep going. Okay, so this is clearly a free training because a lot of friendship. So, yep, just get it. Oh, defense successful. Yep, it literally is. The career mode is literally, so if you have played Umamusume, it is like literally the exact same. It's just there are some changes in there, but it is, if you play Uma, you'll feel right, which is why I felt that it was pretty easy for me to pick it up, right? Okay, more support events, we get more stats, and our mood is gonna be at best. Okay, one thing you can notice is that our stamina actually don't go down as fast as Umamusume. Like, you can actually train consecutively quite a lot because there are a lot of like free stamina events that just happens, so you don't have to rest that much. I still haven't rested a single time, and I can still keep doing training. But same as Umamusume, personally, my risk tolerance for failure, if it's anything above 20%, I wouldn't take it. So for 12% with 3 dudes over here, I would always take it. Hopefully we don't fail. Exceptional. Exceptional. Yep, you also get rainbow training. For this game, it's not rainbow, it's golden. Maybe it's DMC or whatever. So yeah, there are rainbow training. Okay, so this one, right? This is when an urgent job request has came up. So if you do an urgent job request, it will guarantee you an item which will convert into talent points. But personally, I still wouldn't do job events because for every time I do a job event, it is one less turn I'm getting stats. And stats are like the most important aspect of the game, right? So I'm just gonna ignore. All these are gonna be guaranteed failures, so we're just gonna go for the rest. And unfortunately, I have no money, so I'm just gonna steam the shit. So it will do. So yeah, you literally sleep on the newspaper if you're broke, right? So yeah, you just sleep on the outside with a little cat. So I think it's pretty cute. Not sponsored, guys. I'm not sponsored, right? I'm literally just playing this game because I think this game is like super fucking fun. So I want to do. Yep, you're literally homeless. Yeah, you're literally homeless. Okay. So another event over here. Okay. For these kind of events, I would generally never ever take the option that will consume stamina. So I'll just keep this, right? But if there are options where you don't consume stamina, it will be like a stat check. So they will check if you have like 100 stamina or like 100 defense, you can just get it for free, right? So we're just gonna skip this because we want to save our stamina. If they do sponsor me, I'll be fucking happy. Because I really like this game a lot. I'm just playing this game purely out of like my passion because I think it's like super fun. But this is basically D-Day, which is gonna be the day where you're gonna be going for your race, right? It's your Umamusume career race. You have two options here, which is one is gonna be for the exam, and then one is gonna be for the shop. So once again, I ignore shop. I don't give a shit about shop, so don't have to care. Then these are gonna be the talents that you will bring out of the game. So just like Umamusume, you'll be spending your Umamusume skill points on these kind of things, which after at the end of the run, there may or may not be a chance that they become like sparks, right? So I wouldn't really raise them now because I want to greed and I want to save more points because the career run and exam generally are pretty straightforward, right? So we're just gonna go for the exam right now. Go. So this is the part where, because it is my first career on this difficulty, you have to do it yourself, right? But just like Umamusume, after you won the first time, you can just skip, right? You can just skip. So because it's the first time, we're just gonna go in and you can see how the fight is gonna be like, right? Blah 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 blah. Very very cute, very very nice. We're just AI. Fun mode. Yep. So the combat itself. Okay, actually, now that I think about it, we can talk about the combat a little bit more. We can talk about the combat a little bit more. Okay, so the combat is the same camera angles as Star Rail, but the system with Epic 7. So Burst is essentially Sober. Right, so if you play Epic 7, it is exactly like Sober. And then your different skills. Every single time you change your skill, the camera angles move like quite a lot. Yeah, so you have your ultimate, you have a skill health, and then this is gonna be like your summons. So in Epic 7, you know there's like the Sparky, right? You can summon Sparky. So this is basically the version of Sparky. And then you want to go for an attack or whatever, then you just go right. Then the one below is the action value, right? So whoever is the highest is gonna take their turn next. And then all those are like the debuffs. Okay, break is basically, it is not exactly weakness break, but if you get broken, you'll receive more damage until you recover. And then this is gonna be the guy's hardest part, right? So right now this thing says 2 out of 4. Once this goes to 0 out of 4, they will be broken. And every single time you break, you'll get 1 point for this. So if you get 3 breaks, you can then use your Sparky, right? So that's kind of like the combat system. I'll just play myself because I think it's pretty straightforward. Azoka, bye. Thank you so much for the 100 gifted subs. Thank you. Yay. Yep, then there's the victory screen. Very, very good though. Very, very nice. Yay. Yatta ne. Okay, so next is gonna be 6 days. So it's just gonna do the same thing all over again. Okay, this one has the highest gauge, so we're just gonna go for this. You don't really want to spam strength training as well, because you're gonna overcap at 750 anyways. So you want to kind of distribute your stats a little bit as well. Book. More skill points. It's got Star Savior, right? This game's got Star Savior. 14% 4 man. We can risk it. Okay, that was the right play though, chat. That was the right play. It was 14%, right? 14% with 4 guys is the right play. Okay, but unfortunately, just like Umamusume, if you fail your training, you'll be sent to the infirmary, right? So now she's very upset. She bite it, right? She failed. So you have 2 options. One is you do this, but it will lower her mood. And the other one is you consume stamina. You consume stamina. So, personally, I would just fuck it and do this, because I can always bring stamina back. I'm not really sure what's the best option, but these are, you have one more here, which is you need a special item, which will guarantee you the recovery later on, but I don't have it, so we're just gonna make her unhappy a little bit. Oh wait. Way. But you get a little bit of stamina back, right? So I think stamina is way more important. So it is what to do. A mood down. Yeah, that's gonna be the mood down. Okay, so this one is basically like an event where you can choose an option. So this one you either spend 50 gold, you spend 20 stamina, but it will also check your stats. So right now, because I have 50 accuracy, I can just go for this option over here for free. Alright, so I just get it for free, which is really, really good. Alright, so because our stamina is gonna be a little bit low, we are just gonna go ahead and rest. Now, because I do have enough money, I'll just go for the bougie one. Okay, actually, I'll go for this. I'll be a little bit cheap, because maybe we can get like a bit more stamina events outside. Oh my god, this just moved down again. What? Oh, that's crazy. Oh my god. Oh my god, Jenna Z. Holy. Thank you so much for the raid. Yo, I'm playing Star Savior JP. Bro, you should definitely try this game, by the way. If you like Epic 7, Honkai Star Rail, Nikke, as well as Umamusume, this is the game. Yeah, this is the game. I'm just trying out the JV version. It is honestly really, really fun. Not sponsored, not even sponsored, not even sponsored. Yeah, but wait, hit that over there. Oh, we have a lot of mood down events. Don't say HSR, man. I'm quitting Honkai Star Rail for Star Savior. Yep, I'm literally just quitting that game. Okay, all of these events over here are like really bad because they're all split as one. So we are just gonna be going for defense, because defense gives you a little bit of strength as well. So we're just gonna go with it. Can you slow down speech for me, or you won't? Okay, I will speak slower. So for this option, you pick this thing with blue tech. So it has recommended, right? So just pick it. Fantastic. Excellent. Excellent. Very good. Ray high. I made it white. I basically made it white. Okay. Yep. So we are gonna go back in. Not a very good turn, honestly. But this has 2, which increases our friendship, and it's free. So we're just gonna get that. 1% failure. Lovely. Owen NTR. And there it is. Alright, get a little bit more of the events here. We are gonna skip the jobber. This is 3 men, so we're just gonna take that for the friendship. Okay. Okay. I have no idea what this says in JP, so I'm just gonna go with option 1. Exceptional. Yep. I don't really understand exactly what each option was, but I generally kind of just know how to play. Okay, this one costs $30. I'm absolutely fucking broke, so we're just gonna skip it. Okay. So now this is gonna be delay again. We don't really need to care about this again, because like I mentioned, the fights are very, very easy, and there's no and you can skip this when you do our first try, so we can just go in, because this is technically all right. Yeah, so this is like the Genshin Impact. I literally thought I was fighting Hilichurus, but very, very interesting, very, very nice. So we're gonna fight these like bosses in the dungeon. Yeah, it literally is. It literally is. So like when I saw it, I'm like, whoa, what the fuck, man? The game? Okay, yeah, I know this game has a fuck ton of like issues, but from what I'm experiencing, because I'm not really caught up with like all the min-max stuff, right? Because this is my day 2. It has been very, very nice for me so far. Yep. Yeah, Genshin is suing this game. Oh my goodness. He's done. Very good. So we're gonna get a W here. Alright. So we finished our goal. Okay. Okay. Oh, this is tip. This is the tip of this game. And because, okay, so for these interjections between each exams, you can bring in your support characters into your team. So right now, because Tip was basically part of my support card, she's my parents. As in like, Tip is this character's parent, because we use her for the parents, right? So now she can join your team. Alright, so whatever you bring for your parent, they will eventually join the team, and then you'll fight them in battle event. And yep, this is the Astro Express. Right, so now we're gonna be taking on our Astro Express to the next location. Yatta ne! Yatta! Yay! Yatta! So this is gonna be the next stop. So we're now board the Astro Express into whatever this place is with additional stats over here. And then we'll go on the train. Absolute cinema. Absolute cinema. Yatta. Exceptional. So we finished our goal. So this is basically year 2, right? So this is basically year 2. Kind of. Okay. 6 days to the next goal. Okay, so when this thing says gold, right? This is this game's version of rainbow training. So basically friendship training in Umamusume, right? So now because I have a 0% rate of getting this with the gold training, this is how rainbow training looks like. So you get more stats here. Hit this. Exceptional. Alright, then that is the animation for the rainbow training, right? Very, very good. Very, very nice. Yeah, check. This game only launched out in global on March. But I swear, I will be the rank 1 CC for this game. Because I am just going to be playing this game every single day until March. I will just learn so much right now. Okay, so unfortunately for this particular option, I don't have 70 evasion, the protecting, so I can't use this option, right? And because I can't use this option, I either spend $50 or I skip. So I will just let money solve the problem for me because I have quite a bit of money here. And I get this little thingy, which is at 4 points, right? So add a little bit of food. You can already download this game in Steam, right? It's available on Steam. I'm playing on the Steam JP now. Okay, for this particular portion, I am not gonna be going for this because number 1 is 40% failure, and we only recover a little bit. And we only really care about the rainbow trainings for strength because we are playing on DPS, right? So we're just gonna go back in. We are not gonna be jobbers. Okay, this is really excessive. So we're gonna be going for the 30 gold because it will give me a mood, and it might give me more than 30 energy, right? So we just go here. We have a bait. Yay! We are no longer homeless. We actually slept in a bait. Great success. So we actually get more stamina than normal. So we get 47, which is absolutely fantastic. And we max out our mood. Hey, yay. For this one? Okay. This particular event is basically asking you about today's weather. So, if you choose the first option, there's a 50-50 chance that it's a good effect or a bad effect. The second option is like neutral. So, I think long term, if you are a risk-averse individual, you always play the second option. We can just gamble and we see what we go for. Oh my fucking god. Okay, unfortunately, I didn't want to do. Right? Okay, in any case, we are just gonna continue on here. So because this has 2 of them, and I want to raise their friendship, we're just gonna go for more strength training. Okay. Once again, because I don't have enough defense, I actually cannot go for this option. I can use 20 food, but you know what? I'm just gonna skip. It's fine. Another rainbow training. Okay, this is actually good because we have 3 men over here, right? So we're just gonna go for this. Rainbow is rainbow. Yay. Continue on here. Okay, 4 men is 4 men. Okay. Doesn't matter who you pick here, so just pick whatever, because you're gonna be, all these items will go away eventually towards the end. Okay, new event. Okay, this one, because I have enough stats here, I can actually choose this, so we get a reward for free. Yay. Alright, so another rainbow training. Okay, double rainbow training for 300% efficiency. Super ultra yay. Super ultra yay. Yay! Very good. Yatta ne. It would have been nice if we got more mood, but it is what it is. Okay, so now it's gonna go into the exam. Once again, I'm not gonna buy any of these. I never ever spend money. I only spend money on rest, right? So just go in, fight the exam. Bada boom, bada bing, bada bang. How long is run? After the skip, because you can. Oh, I'll talk to you guys the best part about this game's career, but I'll wait until the end. It actually is making a super jobber friendly, but I'll talk about it after the end. But essentially right now, based on this one moving, it is roughly 30-ish minutes because I'm like yapping and explaining to y'all, and I can't skip the battle. But once you win the battle, you can skip this, right? So this entire fight will be skipped. So I think after that, you can probably shave it down to like 20-25 minutes relatively easily. Yep. And if you really want to like just speed run, because you play this game so much, I think you can get it done within 15 minutes. So it's pretty fast. Yeah, the Hail Cherry, very nice. Yeah. Yeah, if you get broken, it's gonna be able to push you back a little bit, but you just recover back. Right. Yeah, roughly 20-ish minutes. Like, if I'm not streaming and playing on my own time, one run is roughly 20 minutes. Yeah, 248. Thank you so much for the 8 months. Alright, so we finished our goal here. So this is gonna be our next goal. Okay, now this is gonna be the going into the next destination. So 6 days from this goal. So after this, we are gonna go to the beach. So this is the last exam right before our final year. And then our final year, it'll be at the beach. So we'll spend our final year at the beach. There'll be a summer event, there'll be summer training. And then afterwards, you'll do the final exam right after, right? So that is kind of how the progression goes. We're just gonna spam all of our strength because I want to get this to as high as possible. The max is 750, right? The max is 750. Okay. Yeah, a little bit more skill points. More rainbow is always good. Okay, for this particular one, I actually want to do a little bit. I actually want to do a little bit more for HP. Because my HP is actually super fucking low right now. G plus is absolutely insane. And I have 3 strength cards. So card by card, there's a higher likelihood of me getting a double or triple rainbow. But I can only get 1 rainbow for HP. Alright, so we're just going to be going for the HP. Oh my god, this is a good thing. Okay. Stamina check in this game is not that serious. Because you have sustains. You have sustains, you have like tankers, so you have healers. So even though your HP is very low, there really isn't like a stamina check like Umamusume. Like if you run out of stamina, you die. Because you can still heal yourself, right? So it's not that bad. This is 0%. Let's go for it. I'm just doing this because we want to get more stats across the board. While still trying to maintain like 750 attack. For this one, I guess we can just get it. Alright, 3 points is 3 points. Alright, okay, so this is basically like a special event from the card. So you'll get the additional stats. You'll get just special event card from the support cards. Okay, so another rainbow training. 18% is honestly a little bit high, so we're not gonna risk that. Then we'll go for the rest that gives me the mood. So we can sleep in a bit. Yattane. Yay. Yatta. So we are now in the best mood. Okay, so this is another event card shop. We can just go for the first one. Okay. This training is kind of mid. I will just go for more strength. Yep, I'll just go for more strength. Because I want to get this to 750, right? Dupes matter a lot. Yes, I will answer that in a little bit when I finish it, right? But dupes matter a lot. If you play Nikke, if you get to end game, it is kind of impossible without dupes. Yeah, but the game gives you a shit ton of dupes. Like, they give you a lot of SRs. So, yeah. Okay. Stamina, right? Rainbow's rainbow. Alright. And yeah, the training for this game, it doesn't stop at level 5, like Uma. You can go to a level 6 levels. I don't know what's the max you can go for this level. But I've seen like level 7 training before. We never did the full option because I want to save my stamina. Okay, so this is the test. We're just gonna go. Right, we're just gonna go because we definitely win there. Roar. Then after this test, after this exam, we are gonna go to the beach for the final year. Oh. You keep the training progression. Okay, like whatever unit you build here, it will be kind of just what you're gonna get. You basically lose all the items. So all those like 3-star, 4-star, 5-star items, you will convert them to skill points. And then you use your skill points to get skills. Then skills you basically just keep. And sometimes those skills will get converted into sparks for your parents. So that's how the game works. Alright, okay, anyways, now we can cast our Owen. Alright, that's gonna be our Owen ultimate. So now, okay, this particular state is like the weakness, the special domain, right? It's like a domain expert kind of thing. It only activates after you cast this, right? So now that you have that, you can then activate like your soul burst, right? So that's your soul burst animation. Unfortunately, because my skill is on 2-turn cooldown and my ult is on 3-turn, there's no point using the skill burst animation. So we are just gonna. Oh, chat. You can't cancel it. Alright, and then what to do? Okay, I actually didn't know you couldn't cancel it. But okay, very nice, very good. Alright, but we still kill it anyways, so it's all good. Alright, because in E7 you can cancel. Alright, so it is what it is. It is what it is. Alright, so this is gonna be our journey. Yay, we passed the test. Okay, so now we are gonna take the Astro Express and hop on to the beach. So this is our next partner that we got from our support cards. There we go. So in the end, it will be these three together. And we're gonna hop on to the Azure Express. Yatta! Yatta! So for this one, I always tend to go for the first one because it gives you 5% on the power, and power is power for any of the DPS. So you can just take that and skip this. We have now arrived at the beach. Yay! The summer beach resort. Wow! Yatta ne. 6 days of training. So now all your training is gonna be on the beach. Yep. So you can all those things, right? So it's kind of like all those things. Okay, 24% honestly is a little bit high, so we're not gonna take that. We're just gonna sleep here. I believe that I'm just gonna go for the normal rest because $60 is gonna overcap by quite a bit. I don't really want to waste that amount of money. Alright. Okay. Rest successful. Alright, so we get an event over here. Okay, so for this event is once again gonna be testing your stats. So because I have 300 power or 125 accuracy, I'm just gonna go for 300 power. So it gives me more stats here for free. Alright, so now we can go back to, okay, so we have a single rainbow here and a double or single rainbow tree. For this particular portion, I'm actually going to be going for HP because the max you can get is 750, right? And I'm the strength training here can get overcapped very, very quickly. So we're just going to be going for the stamina. And then we're going to click this. Very, very good. Can you not 2 XP here? Oh, you can. You can. But I wanted to show chat like the animations, the physics, the mouse. You can make this like a lot faster, right? But I'm just like intentionally slowing down so you guys can like kind of follow what I'm doing, right? So that's gonna be that. This is gonna be concentration. The strength training is basically you playing beach volleyball. So peep this. Absolutely fucking easy, right? So very, very good little strength training over there, right? The camera angle look up right underneath the assholes, which is very, very nice. Now we're just gonna get this because we have the stats over here. Unfortunately, we are a little bit low on our stamina, so we are not gonna be greedy and stupid. We are just gonna rest. Honestly, this can give me a chance for the higher thingy, but I think I'm just gonna play it safe for the max recovery. Okay, I want to show that tempo because that was a great recovery, so we wasted a little bit, but it's fine. Okay, we'll just go for more strength, right? Okay, at some point you kind of need to stop because once you get this to 700-ish is where you have too much strength, right? You have too much strength. So I will stop strength training at around this ballpark. Now I'll just raise up my defense, HP, and everything else. So that will be like how the progression will look like towards the end. Okay, this is actually a pretty good one because it gives me free links while not consuming any stamina, and we get more stats. Okay. Lost a little bit of the stamina there. It's good. Alright. So this is the final boss. So after this, we are going to be taking our final exam. So this is like our beach resort. And then once this is done, we have to take one final exam and one final exam. So 2 more. So it's basically like URA. So URA before you fight your finals, there's like a little bit of like a couple of other stages. So like your qualifiers and then your semis and your finals, right? So that's pretty much going to be that. There's version mood, which is literally what I just did. There's no recreation. You don't have recreation events. They basically combine recreation with rest. So you spend money to sleep at a better bed, and that will make your mood higher. So you don't have a recreation event. Yay! And if you guys play Counter-Strike, that is the Sigma robot. So they have a lot of like Counter-Strike references, which is why I fucking love this so much because like it reminds me of a lot of those units that I played from my fire. So that was the yep, very, very nice. Okay, Owen goes in for the break over there. Boomskis. And then the pig is just gonna yeah, you gotta choose what rest you want. So you either go for the jobber option or the homeless option, which is basically you sleep on the streets for free, or you go for the one with the bed, or you go for the one with the Giga Ultra bed. So you can choose what rest you want for the price of money, right? For the price of money. Unfortunately, I just realized that, oh my god, my team is low peak. Okay, we actually almost lost it, which is kind of crazy. Very, very nice. Okay, so that was our kind of like our last test over here. Okay, like all these items, they will go away. They will get converted into this talent point, which will then give to the talents. Alright. Yeah, there's great success from the 30 and the $60 option. So it's a little bit of RNG. Okay, so this is pretty much our second last test. So you can take a look at our goals, right? So this is the win the entrance exam, and then there's gonna be win the final exam. So this is like we are approaching towards the end. So at this point, I'll just go for like stats that are like a little bit lagging behind. So we get more HP and more stamina and defense. Because I just need like one more strength rainbow. I'll pretty much get max 750 strength. So I don't want to overcap too much. Okay, yay! You have like a special art, special animation. Very, very good. Very, very nice. Okay, so this should be good enough. So free is free. Okay. That's gonna be... Oh, okay, so that was the unique talent that were added from the support card. That's only from SR, which is why SRs are generally like a lot more desirable. We can go a little bit more for our HP, because defense gives you strength, but one strength I'll pretty much get almost maxed out, and I have a little bit of leeway to go with. So we'll just go for even more HP. Bring up our stats a little bit higher. Yatta! And we're gonna skip this. We don't have the key, so we can just skip all this. Alright, then this is gonna be pretty much the final step. Okay, I've been holding out my talent. So all these are exactly the same as your Umamusume skills. So if you spend your talent points, you'll get these as talents, right? So this is like attack, this is speed, this is effect rest, this is crit rate, this is like special unique, which is gonna be basically from your thingy. So it depends on what you want to bring out. Some of them can be so for example, this one I can't buy, because I'm on the wrong class, right? Only your... I think this is mage. Only mage class units can buy this thing. So this will depend on support cards, right? So I'm only using this for like general universal stats over here. So for example, let's just get this. So this is basically crit rate. So you get this additional trace that gives you 3% crit rate, right? Then other than that, I don't really care about effect rest. I will definitely want to care about speed, because speed in this game is kind of just everything, right? Speed. So I unfortunately don't have the 20% discount. So I'll try to probably greed this a little bit if possible, so I can be a little bit cheaper. This one I'll just get it because it's like a single point. So you'll get the whatever the effect is gonna be, right? I have no idea what it is. It's not special usage, personal, special attack 5%, blah blah blah. Don't worry about it. And then we are just gonna go with. We have 350 here. Okay, this is some of the things that's actually worth, because you only spend $30 for 30 stamina. So this one's actually not bad. We can just buy it for more stamina. This one is I usually never buy the stats one because it's very, very low. It's not worth it. This is basically a gamble. So you have a chance to use this in a special occasion. I'm not gonna gamble, so we're just gonna go in, and then we're just gonna take the exam, and then we're just gonna win. Exception. Alright, so this is the second last exam before you face off into the real world, right? Whoa, Cardus. Oh, when you fail events? Oh, okay. Yo, Lisa, how much do you play this game? Someone actually plays the game. That's very, very good. You're level 61? Oh my god, that is crazy. Are you a day 1 player? Holy. Oh, that is crazy. Yeah. I think I'm only like 50 or something. This is my second day. 6-7. Bro already made the game. Yeah. Wait, are you Japanese by any chance? Are you Japanese? Are you a Japanese player? Are you from Japan? Or are you like a normie like me? I can read JP. Shit. So basically every rule but better. Okay, I completely don't read JP. I'm only reading this from like the kanji, which is like the CM Mandarin, as well as like my years of experience in. I'm getting fucked, man. Silence. Wait. If I don't kill here, I think I'm fucked. Exceptional! Alright, so we're gonna get the dub. Very, very nice. Very, very nice. Yatta ne. Very good. Yatta. And then that will bring us into the final test. Live translate. Nah, I'm good. Just learn Japanese, bro. Just learn Japanese. Okay, so this will definitely guarantee us max stamina, or rather max strength. I mean, it's one rainbow, so I might as well just take it. And then I'll basically never need strength training ever again, right? Because I'm basically one away from the max. If I get a little bit more from the defense, then sure. But if I don't get it, then it ain't what I do. Nakama. Okay, so this is definitely not worth it. We can go a little bit on. Bro, all my jobber friends are not here. Let's just go for our stamina, so I fill up to 750. Then my last hit, hopefully we just get a little bit more for HP. Then that will be like a completed training. Okay, we got the special potential from there, which is like kind of crazy. Okay, unfortunately we didn't get any rainbow, so let's just get this as our last training. Now we have approached the final fight. Okay, so this is basically the final fight. Now you can pretty much just spend all your money in case you haven't spent. So free stats is just gonna be free stats. Okay, I already have max out stamina. So, okay, all these don't really matter, so you don't really need to care about it. Anything that you have access, they'll kind of convert it into skill points as well, so it's not fully wasted. Let's see if I can bet. Okay, unfortunately, all these I'm in the wrong class, so I can't even use them. I guess we have the speed, right? I think I actually just can't use speed. Yeah, just use speed. Alright, let's give me the speed. So that's gonna be our speed. And then we can just go in. Bop. Just be born in Japan and you instantly understand Japanese. That is basically like the final boss villain kind of thing. Okay, wait, actually, I don't really wanna manual this. Rather all of this, because I think this might be a little bit difficult. Okay, so for this guy, right, this pig girl, she is basically Zelda Zone Zero Lucy, except that she gives you a team-wide defense buff as well as a team-wide speed buff at 50%. If you are more than 90% HP. So, okay, we did get a speed buff, which is really good. And then, okay, for Sigma, or rather Omega, her gimmick is basically you use your ult to gain stacks. Okay, she kind of plays like Smolder. So you gain stacks as the battle goes on, and the more stacks you have, the more enhanced your skill 2 is going to be. So you can like, do more damage. So she's like a scaling DPS. Yeah, she's basically like a scaling DPS. So the longer this battle goes on, the more skill 2 is going to do. Oh my god, is that a Japanese guy? What did you just say, my man? Yeah, how am I gonna clip? That is a, yep, what, yep, yep, very interesting, very interesting. Okay, oh! Oh my god! No! Okay, unfortunately, we fucking died there, so it's gonna be a little bit unfortunate. Okay. Hopefully we can deal enough damage to get it over and done with, because we're kind of there. We're almost there. I'll save the burst for when I get my skill 2. I'm one turn away from skill 2. Okay, frankly speaking, I should just burst right now, because I have enough for another burst. And I'm pretty sure she dies after this. Okay. I think she's done. Okay, you die here. Solo! Wait, why did I do damage? Winnable. And never this, the undisputed getting our first W. And never this. Okay, very. So with that, you have come to the end of your star journey. Your new journey in the stars. You get this as the unique passive. Exceptional. Target complete. Very good. Okay, the really unfortunate part of this. Yeah, this is basically the UI finale. There isn't Umamusume. Yeah, this game unfortunately doesn't have Umamusume. Because in the ideal world, when you end, you have like a whole concept, right? Okay, we need to farm our talents first. So let me just get my speed. Okay, that's it. Okay. Yep, there's a Umamusume. You just look up this guy. Yep. So that is basically one career run, 1x beat. Alright, 5.7k rating, new record. Very nice. Very, very nice. Rank 1. Okay, so we got the HP trace, which is not too bad. But unfortunately, we didn't get any white sparks. So it ain't what to do. Alright, level up. Level 16. Very good. Very good. So this is the build, right? Then you get this build, right? You get all these potentials, right? The speed and all that kind of stuff. Alright, you max out the stamina and whatever. Very, very good. And then you can go in, and then you can equip this thingamabob, kill this jobber-ass build, and then you can improve the build. Okay, the build actually changed your CP a lot, right? So this is 7,849 CP. If you get yourself this build with this, you instantly elevate it to 8,700 CP. So getting a good run on each of your units will ultimately make your entire unit a lot stronger beyond just a leveling of the basics and the skill, right? So these are from like your classic gacha, the tickets, and then these are basically like from your AFK, your Nikke, right? So all these are like awakening, ascension. So that is pretty much how this game's career is like. So because I actually finished that career just now, if you were to do it again, right? So if I were to go in and do another run, all those fights that I just fought just now, that I don't need to fight them anymore. Because you already did the first time here, just like Umamusume. Alright, so the process will become like a lot faster, and you can play it in like 2x speed. So I would say within 20-ish to, yeah, within 20 minutes, you can get a job done. Now, from what I understand, correct me if I'm wrong, the Japan guy just now, this game apparently has an AI auto journey. Okay, so let's say I want to build Sigma. Or rather Omega. Okay, we just blah blah. Okay, Tai E something Lu. So you can just give them a preset of the stats you're desiring. So for example, if I want all-in STR, right? If I want all-in damage, then the AI will prioritize doing damage for you. And then this one, I think this one is gonna be prioritizing your jobbers, your gold. And then this one is prioritizing, okay, I have no idea what hell this is. And then the game will just play by itself. The game will just play by itself. But from my understanding, the decisions in the AI is very, very questionable, and it will definitely not give you as good of an Uma as you would if you were to manually do it. So this is purely just if like you want to spend on stamina, you want to spend on tickets, you want to like be a jobber and just clear. You can just do one run and it'll be over and done with. Yeah. So okay, you definitely not bring this to like RTA, right? Like hell no. But if you just want to like get a decent enough build to like climb tower or whatever, at least this will make the availability to full get it. How to get more? Okay, the tickets over here, it is the same over here, right? So you basically just get them from playing the game. So like for your dailies, from your login, you clear the events, they will just keep getting this for you. You don't actually, I'm not sure if you convert this into this, but from what I'm seeing, this is the one that is the currency for this. And you can just use the exact same currency. So there is no like special currency. If you want to just auto. Yeah. There isn't like an auto ticket. It is just the exact same currency, right? So that is kind of just that. I kind of want to talk a little bit more about the gacha. Because that is kind of like where after you trade, like after you get your AFK, right? Then your classic progression, then your the Umamusume. The gacha progression is going to be the one where it will be super different if you come from like a mainline Hoyoverse game, like Genshin or Heijo, right? Because the system for this is the same as Nikke, and your units cannot go past level 160 unless you have dupes. Exactly like Nikke. So eventually, when you play this game long enough, these 4 units here has to be the ones with the highest amount of SSR dupes. Doesn't matter who they really are, then you use those units as like your main, and then you use the rest of these units here as like the additional fodders. Not fodders, right? The units where you can just balance out units beyond 200. So how the hell do you get dupes? So from what I'm understanding, right, is that you have just an abnormally high amount of rates because it is 4% SR. So like I mentioned, I put 321 times and I've gotten 14 SSRs between the cards and the units. So every 20-ish boost, I get a random SSR. So I don't think SSR is the problem here. And aside from this, you can also use this to exchange for dupes. So if you have like, okay, like this pick, right? This pick, bro, I already have her at E1. So if I want to get this to E2, I'll just buy this, and then there was one SSR, right? And these will basically refresh on like a daily basis, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not sure how frequently they refresh, but they'll change. They'll rotate based on whatever units. You don't actually get them as like units. So you have to own those units first before you get your dupes, right? So that is kinda how this. Oh, then these are the modes, right? So this is like the SSR modes, like Nikke. You are guaranteed an SSR. I personally wouldn't get this because you don't get any of the light and dark. You only get RGB, which in endgame is probably not ideal because there's this animal restriction. There is this a police game. I haven't really felt police about it, but there are some units that are definitely like childlike. Like this is your shop here, right? She's definitely Then the current rate of unit right now is Omega. So Omega is basically like she's literally like your daughter. Like you're supposed to like protect your life. So there's like no such and no whatever. But she's a super diabolical DPS from my side. Then this is the support card, right? Very yay. And then there are a couple of outings over here. These are for your paid currencies. And then this is your standard banner. And this is your whatever this is, right? Actually, you know what? 9 boost. Let's go. Oh my goodness. That's Tobes, by the way. Oh my goodness. All these are random SRs. They do nothing. You will probably just never ever use them. So it will. And there it is, right? Yeah, the race for this game is really, really high. So like literally like within like 20-ish boosts, you should statistically get an SR. Because it's 4%, right? So there is gonna be tank, big tank. I have no idea what's the meta, but that is big water tank. What does this even do? Increase defense. Is this taunt? Oh, she has taunt. Okay, so it's a taunt with defense up. From what I see, she has defense up and she has taunt. The ultimate. That's pretty much it. I'll probably just use her eventually one fine day. We get a little bit more here. Okay. Tier 0, she has a shield, and there it is. Okay, so that is gonna be all of our summons over here. Aside from this, RTA I can't show you guys right now because the server is closed until they reset in, I think it's in 1 hour and 20 minutes, which is 3 AM. So this game resets 3 AM every day at Singapore timing, so I can't really do anything. I think I can make custom lobbies here. Yeah, I think I can make custom lobbies here. But unfortunately, none of y'all play this game. So if we do like Epic 7 lobbies, this could be a thing when Global comes out. So that's gonna be that. You can refresh your rooms and everything. And then the last thing is probably guild. Yeah, so this is the guild. So I'm in this like random Japanese guild. The volunteers are very W. Then they're very happy. Yay, this is me, right? I'm Poke-san, right? So they don't really talk at all. It is an open guild. I don't really think you need to worry about too much. But it kind of just gets the job done, right? So you can get a lot of the guild shops, the guild tokens. You can buy stuff here. And there's like the guild weeklies, and then there's the reset. So it is purely just for that. This is apparently to Amiru. It's Guild War. So I'm not sure when they are gonna release Guild War, but it hasn't been open as of now. And then these are basically like all different players here, right? So this is like the risk, right? Holy shit. Oh my chat. Bro, that art looks crazy. Okay, you know what? Just for her. Let me see that. I want to see that. Hold up. Alright, just for y'all. Just for y'all. Okay. Alright, let's see it. A tier 0 unit. A tier 0 unit. If I can say so myself. Yo, help me get this for the outro. Help me get this for the outro in the main video. Oh my goodness. A tier 0 unit. Ale.
団長さんがストレッチを手伝ってくださるんですか？
Stretch ne. I'll help her stretch. I'll stretch her out right now.
では遠
What?
慮